Good day, lovers. Woo! Welcome back to Beyond the Formula, and I'm so excited for this guest. But before I talk to you about my amazing guest, I want to remind you to like, subscribe, and share this podcast if you've loved listening to it, because it always helps us spread the word and get the most amazing guests on. So, without further ado, we are here to talk about cacao. And I cannot wait to learn, because I'm going to learn a lot today as well. And I'm very excited about this. And here we are here with Ifey, who is a doctor, and she created the most amazing brand, 8within. And this is her first time doing a podcast, and she is living for her fantasy. Are you ready? Are you ready? The energy is here.
I'm ready.
And we have got our cacao.
Cacao?
And we're going to
Are we
drink some
drinking?
cacao. We're going to cheers, and we're going to drink some cacao as we talk all about its medicinal magic.
Okay.
Cheers to you.
Cheers
and
to
let's
you.
take a little
to cacao.
shot. Oh my God, it's perfection. Okay, Ifey, tell the lovers who you are, what you do, and your magic. Oh, and before you do that, I'm asking you a question now to answer at the end of the podcast. Are you
Okay.
ready? What is your secret formula to success? But hold that and answer at the end of the podcast. And let's go.
I probably shouldn't say this on camera, but where am I looking? I'm looking at you, right?
Yeah,
I'm
me.
very confused at where I'm looking. Okay.
Look
fine.
at me. The cameras don't exist.
Okay. What am I doing? Introducing myself.
Yes.
So I'm Ifey Ihonor. I am a doctor turned herbalist. And I always say, most importantly, I'm the founder of 8within. And 8within is an online apothecary. It's really dedicated to cacao and plant medicines for shifting states and improving your mood.
I mean, iconic. How did you even discover the powers of cacao? Like, take us back to the early days when you thought, wait, hold on a minute, cacao.
Early days aren't that long ago.
I love it.
They're really not. So the interesting thing is, though, I think in this space, things call you and you don't realize. And that's one thing I've learned. When I've looked back on my life, everything was lining up. I've been a chocoholic since tiny.
Who hasn't?
Tiny. But like actually a big emotional attachment to chocolate. And there's a whole reason behind it. But so I always loved chocolate. And when I left medicine, I've dabbled in a lot of different careers. I ended up in TV news.
Oh,
So
we'll
I
talk
know a
about
little bit
that.
about the camera. Ended up doing some writing, ended up in health tech, doing nutrition. I did a lot of stuff. But when I left my last gig in health tech, I left to nothing. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I loved herbalism. So I went to Costa Rica to do some on the ground medicine making. And that's when I got to make cacao. I tried cacao in its pure form a year previously in Bali because I had my existential crisis and done the whole eat, pray, love literally by accident, but end up in like Bali and India and Rome being like, wah.
I want to talk about this. We'll get into it.
We will. I will get to the point. But I ended up in Costa Rica doing a Mayan medicine making course. And as part of that, because obviously the cacao grows there, we as a group made everything. Like got the beans, roasted them, peeled them. It was really kind of community building, literally just like a group of women just at this table, peeling everything, grinding it down, made the cacao, and then we went out into the jungle and drank it. And that's when I had this big moment with it, where I always say to people, it was like a pseudo psychedelic, where like the grass was really green, the trees were really green. You could almost see the earth moving. You could hear the birds. So like everything was so just amplified.
Like a trip.
Yeah, that I
A
kind of
chocolate
went,
trip.
yeah. I'd had cacao in ceremonies
Yes.
before.
I love it. We'll get into it.
Nothing. So when I had it this time, I was like, oh. So this is what real cacao does when you prepare it and you use it in a specific way. And so it was that day that I said, okay, I think I'm gonna do this.
I'm obsessed with that. Okay, and I want to take it back to the listeners and the people that are watching this that don't know what cacao is. Can you just give the kind of basic description of what cacao is?
Yeah. So I just say it's chocolate in its purest form.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And is there a difference between cocoa bean and cacao?
So technically, no.
Okay.
Everything comes from a fruit. Cacao, cocoa, whatever you want to call it, is a fruit. And different people have different stories. There's a story that cacao, it's not a story, originates from South and Central America, and it was originally called cacao,
Cacao.
By the time the Spanish came, colonized, took it over, people couldn't, this is the story, I'm not saying it's true or false,
Okay.
but people couldn't say it properly and it got anglicized and turned into cocoa.
Okay.
So that's the theory in terms of etymology, in terms of the difference between that. But now within sort of the cacao industry,
Mhm.
people use cacao to talk about unrefined, minimally processed
Got it.
cocoa beans, whereas cocoa is just everything else.
Okay.
But it's not a protected term. So
Got it.
people now use it as a marketing thing and you can walk around saying this is cacao.
Interesting.
And it's super processed. It's even calling cacao powder cacao because the amount of
Okay.
processing you have to do to make powder kind of negates this idea that it's not processed anymore.
Got it.
So
So you couldn't necessarily get ceremonial grade cacao powder.
again, ceremonial grade is not protected, so you can get ceremonial grade
Anything.
Cadbury's if you want. You
Okay,
really can.
okay.
But technically you shouldn't if you're going by the definition that
Okay.
it's this high quality, unprocessed, hand-picked,
Okay.
all of that stuff.
So for people that don't know still, what is ceremonial grade cacao? I know you said it's not protected as
Yeah.
a phrase, but what would you say it was?
Okay, it differs depending on who you speak to.
Okay.
For me, it's a mark of quality. For most people, it's a
Yes.
mark of quality,
Yeah.
and that quality differs depending on who you speak to.
Mhm.
How I was taught and what I adhere to is grown using traditional agroforestry methods.
Mhm.
It's really when cacao grows in a shade environment in the jungle. Cacao is a tree that if you see it growing, it intertwines with all the other
Yes.
trees. And that's why when you have different chocolate or cacao, it has different undertones. It takes on
Yeah.
the flavor of what it's grown around.
I love it.
Little tip, which is why I say if someone tells you this is premium cacao, it's organic, it was shade grown, you might just take a bit and eat it. And if it tastes of nothing but chocolate, that's very suspicious
Okay.
because it should have undertones of citrus or berries or nuts or something because it didn't grow on its own. But if it's been monocropped like chocolate farms and it just grows on its own, then it's going to taste of nothing.
Okay.
So that's another little tip you didn't ask for. There you go.
No, I
What was
love
the
it. We love
question?
all the tips. What is ceremonial grade? Yeah.
So being organic is one thing because if you're using traditional farming methods, pesticides wouldn't be involved. It's not essential. I like it when it's handpicked.
Yes.
I think that's important. I think sustainable practices as well,
Yep.
and just growing it in reverence in terms of traditions
Mhm.
and the community. You're not coming in there and you've like, what do you call it? Leveled out
Yeah.
loads of land to grow your, monocrop
Yeah.
cacao. But yeah, it's just the quality. Essentially.
And how long did it take you to source your cacao?
Interesting story. I might have a sip.
I
I've-
might have one with you.
Thanks. I've changed suppliers. So it was interesting. When I started, I was really passionate about the idea. I brought some beans back from Costa Rica.
Sip. That always reminds me of the Sex and the City scene. Have you ever seen it?
Of course, I've
the
seen
film,
Sex and the City,
no, the
but I
film
don't remember Sip.
where Charlotte tells one of them to take a sip because they're upset. She goes, "Take a sip," and she sips her drink. Take a sip. Sip. Anyway, sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, so you changed suppliers.
So first I brought beans myself and I ground them myself and all was well. And then a month in, my beans got moldy. I didn't know anything about cacao when I started this. I
Yeah.
didn't know that I should have, dried and roasted them ASAP.
Yeah.
So after that, I was like, you are not bringing beans back from Costa Rica. What else can you do? So I went around the different people in the UK, wholesalers,
Yeah.
and I tried all their cacao. I found one that was the best of the bunch.
Yeah.
I started with that, which for me was great starter cacao. Then I did another round of cacao training with someone in Peru
Love.
and just loved their cacao. And it was the hardest thing. It was so expensive.
Yes. For anyone that's listening or watching, it is a very expensive cacao. Quality.
Cacao in general, but this one was just more expensive. And I
Yes.
was kind of like, why? This is so me. The one I like has to be the one with the cost bomb.
It's always the way.
And then they had this minimum quantity that I was just...
Always the way.
So when okay, fine, send the damn thing. I'll pay you all the money. But I'm so happy I did. But now they have me over a barrel because now the price keeps changing. And I'm like, send it. I'll figure out the payment later. But
That's
so
so weird.
that was about 9 months in, I found the second supplier.
Nice. And when did you launch 8within then?
Oh, so I founded the company in April 2023.
2023.
But I
Okay.
founded it. There was nothing. It was
Yeah.
just like, I'm trademarking everything. But what is it? I don't know. It was really September that I actually started selling, that I had the packaging done.
Okay, yeah.
September 2023. So we're coming up to 2 years now.
Nice. And when was that? When did you have that seed of the idea for launching 8within? Like, what made you want to, like, gift it to the world? Really?
That ceremony. Because
That day. Okay.
because I'm someone who COVID's a big thing for me.
Who? Clover?
COVID,
Oh,
the
COVID.
whole
Oh,
COVID thing.
we
Clover.
don't know her.
We don't talk about Clover. COVID, because it sounds weird, but people really struggled in COVID.
Yeah.
And I didn't. And I was like, interesting, why am I breezing through this?
Yeah.
And I realized it's because of how I use plants.
Yes.
I use them to adjust my mood and to kind of navigate life. And so if something's going on, I have a plant for that. I have a little home apothecary almost. And I realized other people don't do that. They just suffer.
Yeah.
That's what I realized. I was like, oh.
Or they mask it with like other things.
Exactly. So then I thought, well, you probably need to share this. That's how it started.
I love that because your cacao, what I love about your cacao, I discovered your cacao not that long ago because obviously you're fairly new to the market. And what I loved about yours, firstly, the look of it. I loved the 8. Was that intentional with the infinity? Or
yes, that's exactly, it's an infinity.
was it? Okay, so, but has it got anything to do with the number 8?
I mean, 8 is infinity, but it's about infinity.
Okay, cool.
8 within, infinite wisdom within.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because also it was like I had this product called the Infinity Balm and I was like, oh, I like it. Infinity.
I love it.
And I remember discovering yours and I was like, oh wait, this is not just cacao by itself.
Yeah.
And I want to get into that because that's magical. And I love that because normally when you find cacao, it's just as it is.
Yeah.
So can we get into that?
Yes. So this is contentious because some people have come for me for putting stuff in cacao and depends which school you sit in. For me, cacao's not for me. Scientifically, cacao's an amplifier. It's got a molecule in it called theobromine.
Theobromine, that's it.
Theobromine, the star of the show. It opens your blood vessels, which means if you pair it with something, you're increasing the delivery of that plant or of that chemical, whatever it is, to where it needs to work.
Yeah.
And that's what I noticed. If I put stuff in cacao, it works quicker.
Yes.
And then if you go back into history books, you'll find instances like the Chavin tribe they would do shamanic initiations in Peru a very long time ago. They'd put San Pedro with a cacao. Again, because they work synergistically together. If you go to the Mayans or you go to I'm going to say Aztecs, there's a whole thing of using mushrooms with, I know what I can talk about on this podcast.
You can talk about anything you want because we love mushrooms.
Okay. But we
are a mushroom. I'm a fungi.
Oh my God. They'd serve them together because they knew there was this synergistic effect. So part of me was like, I know the naysayers are saying don't mix it, but my gut is saying mix it. The effects when you mix it are amplified.
Yes.
The OG users of cacao were mixing it. So I was like, I'm going to mix it. Yeah. So that's where we are.
And it works. And do you know what? There's something so magical about the gut feeling. Like if you don't listen to it, it's there for a reason.
Yes.
What's your take on the gut feeling?
No, 100. It's
scientific, surely, right?
Yes.
It has to be. It has to be somewhere in the world.
But less about science, just that's how I run my life.
Yes.
8 within wouldn't exist if I hadn't gone on gut feel. Like, even my business model makes no sense. I'm told so often, this makes no sense. And I'm like, maybe I'm just going to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
And it's a gut thing of, I just feel like I should do this and I'm going to do it my way. And because people said, just sell plain cacao.
Just who?
Just sell plain cacao.
Oh, right, okay.
Your margins would be better. Your life would be easier. All of my bottlenecks are because I'm putting things into it.
Yeah.
All of my problems have been about putting things into the cacao. But in my gut, I'm like, I'm not here to just sell plain cacao. Sorry.
It's not authentic. This is authentically you. And when you make it and you have it, I feel that amplification, and I absolutely love. And I love what you said as well, like with your gut and like listen to what you're doing, all the intuition stuff, because the time was 11:11 and I was like, everyone make a wish. And you're like, wait. I actually do this. So can you explain what you said to me?
This was
off camera.
Yeah, this is just a me thing. There's no rules or where I'm concerned.
But I loved it.
I was taught that when you see an angel number,
which is mine 1111. Yes.
Or whatever it is, 222, 333.
Exactly.
For me, it's double time numbers.
Yes,
so if it's like 0101.
Yeah.
Why is that? Whatever you're thinking at the moment is like an inspired thought being given to you by your higher self. And so when you see the angel number, it's a reminder to act on it. So it's just, what am I thinking at that moment? And when you start doing this, it's great because you'll be doubting something and it'll be 11:11 and you'll be like, I don't know, should I move out? Should I not? I really want to move. And you're like, maybe I should move.
Act on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually adopt that because I always make a wish.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna now.
Good.
I'm now gonna adopt that. I'm gonna try. I'll see how I feel in the moment.
Exactly.
I'm gonna adopt it. But I am absolutely obsessed with cacao, and I love the fact that I discovered it because I don't drink, or if I do, it's only during celebrations or whatnot. And everyone's always like to me, "Do you drink?" And I'm like, "No." Or like, "Do you want to drink?" I'm like, "No." And they're like, "But how are you so like high? Do you do drugs?" I'm like, "Absolutely not." like, what's wrong? And I was like, what's wrong? What are you on? And I was like, cacao. They're like, what do you mean cacao? And if I go to any like house party or anything like that, I've got my flask of cacao. And everyone's like, you are something else, Alex. Of course, only you would come to a house party with a flask of cacao. I was like, well, duh, my body is my temple and this is my amplifier. Hello. So what's your thoughts on that? On like, I don't know, swapping out like a vice, like drinking or like having some of that and using cacao instead. What do you think about that?
So, I mean, if we like lean on the biochemistry part of things,
Yes.
cacao is really great for adjusting your mood, which
Yes.
was, as I said, the whole thing with 8within is shifting your state, improving your mood, and cacao really builds you up for that. So first of all, you have the theobromine, which gets you all energized, your blood's flowing. That's the heart opening effect people talk about. Your heart's literally beating faster, blood is flowing everywhere. You feel warmer, you feel, make you feel
Fuzzy.
good.
Cute.
Then you've got PEA, phenethylamine. It's another little molecule. We're having a science lesson here.
I love a science lesson.
That increases serotonin and dopamine. Dopamine makes you feel rewarded, gratified. This is when people like scrolling, anything that's quite addictive that you're doing, it's the dopamine boost you're chasing. Cacao kind of cuts to the chase and just gives you the dopamine boost. And fun fact, people are actually using this in addiction treatment.
In who?
In addiction treatment.
Addiction. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said Disney treatment. I was like, what's Disney treatment?
That's the next episode.
Addiction treatment. Okay.
Because
yes.
with addiction, you're chasing the dopamine and you don't actually care how you get the dopamine. You think it's because I need to, I don't know, eat that cake or drink that to drink. But actually, if you get the dopamine, you don't need to do it.
Exactly.
So they started using cacao to kind of cut to the chase. So it's doublefold. Serotonin makes you feel good, uplifted, calm, less anxious. The dopamine makes you feel rewarded, gratified. So put those two together, you're in a great mood. It also increases something called endocannabinoids. I'm not going to get too much into this. It's like
I want to get into it. Endocannabinoid.
Yeah, your body makes its own.
Cannabis?
I was going to say cannabinoids will tell you it's kind of like cannabis. It works on these receptors.
I'm obsessed.
That make you feel blissed out. And so you've got certain molecules like anandamide. Your body makes it naturally and makes you feel blissful. Works on the same type of receptors as THC and cannabis. So in cacao, you've got a trio of entourage, we call them endocannabinoids, that help you make more and help the action kind of hang around your body for longer. So again, you can get those blissful feelings. You're coupling it with the heart opening, the warming. You're coupling it with the higher dopamine, serotonin. There are other molecules in there. I'm not going to go into that. But they all make you feel really good, which is why if you have a cup of cacao, and it's good cacao that's not been processed and you've trashed everything from it, you will feel good.
You will.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for.
You won't have a hangover afterwards either.
I don't know what hangover is. But that's the thing. Like when I do this and I'm out and about and I just want to get on my fantasy and I just take it. Do you know what I mean? I live for the fantasy. When I just want to get into that realm and I have my cacao, I'm like, oh, even now I can feel it running through me. And it's funny because you said your heart beats faster, but it's not like heart palpitations. It's not like, oh my God, like there's nothing like too out there when you drink this. It almost like adapts to you. Am I correct in saying that?
It's the softer.
Yes.
Especially if you're used to caffeine.
Yeah.
Caffeine and theobromine, I call them cousins. They're both stimulants, but caffeine goes to your central nervous system, brain, spinal cord. Like it's really aggressive.
Yeah.
And so it comes in aggressively and you're like, and it goes away aggressively.
Okay.
Cacao is slow and it goes to your periphery. So like your limbs, I need to speak in normal words. It's quite hard.
No, don't speak in those words.
Periphery. You're like, what is she talking about?
No, I love a periphery.
But it goes to your legs. I couldn't think what the name is. I'm like, your limbs. What do humans call it? Legs, arms. It's slower. It's gentler.
Yeah.
Even the heart beating faster. There's nothing like,
it's not
unless you have a lot.
Yeah.
Crazy amount. But it's soft. And so it wears off softly as well, which is why a big thing with cacao, people say, replace your coffee with it. You won't get crashes.
Yeah.
You won't get jitters. You won't get anxiety. Most importantly, if you drink it every day and you miss it, you don't get caffeine headaches.
No. I mean, I've never drunk coffee, so I don't know. I don't know that side of it.
But even tea, because I used to drink a lot of green tea when I was a crazy teenager dieting. And if you missed a day, you'd be like, oh, my head is on fire because you'd come off the caffeine for just one day.
Okay.
And then cacao,
interesting.
do what you want, nothing happens.
So with cacao, like if somebody is really new to this and like, actually, I want to give this a go, right? How would they then make a dose of cacao? Because you can microdose it, obviously.
Yeah.
But if they were to, let's talk about both. Like, firstly, how would you microdose?
So everyone's different. I've made up my own terms. I've
Okay.
started using them like it's normal. People now
I love
thinking
your
it's
terms.
normal.
Let's hear them.
But so when I talk about microdosing, I'm talking about a small dose.
Yes.
7 to 10 grams.
Yeah.
And that is literally for me, you want to be kind of in the spirit of cacao. You want to just enjoy a little bit. You're not trying to massively shift mood, but you just want to have that influence in your life. Also good for sleep.
Yes.
Cacao, high in magnesium. It's high in something called tryptophan. Science o'clock. Tryptophan is part of this cascade. It gets turned into serotonin. It's then serotonin gets turned to melatonin, which is the sleep cycle regulating chemical that people take to sleep. So small amount will help you sleep.
Yeah.
Too much won't, because then the theobromine and the small amounts of caffeine in cacao will start to stimulate you.
Got it.
So that's microdose. Daily dose, which is just if you're knocking about, you just on a daily, basis.
Just doing your thing.
You want to have it for the health benefits, which we can get into later. And you also want to have it for the ongoing mood boost. 15, 20 grams. For me, again, I don't want anyone coming for me. For me, that's fine. Then you can have a ceremonial dose, which is when you want to feel a dramatic effect, which I say, and I was taught about 35, maybe 40.
Yeah.
I know some people will push it to 50, 60. I say you have to be careful with that, because cacao can have contraindications. It can be unsafe in some way for certain people.
Interesting.
And it has side effects. So the more you have, side effects, it's nothing bad, but it's things like dehydration is the biggest one. And if you don't know you're dehydrated, you can feel pretty lousy.
Yeah.
And you're just like, because you're drinking 60 grams of cacao and not hydrated.
Yeah.
So higher doses mean more likelihood of anything funny happening. So I'm just like, stick to 35 to 40. You'll feel good on it. And but we know other people like to do what they like to do.
That's interesting. I don't know anyone that has ever done it like over 60.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That must be calorific as well.
I mean, that's the other thing.
That must be like 2,000 calories just there.
I know some people who are like, every day I have my ceremonial, and I'm just like, why?
It's too much.
Good for them.
Yeah, whatever works for them. That's their gut saying, do you know what? I want that cacao. And also what I find when I do if I've got like a really hectic day coming up for Nini, and I know I need to be on my A game with content, with emails, with formulating, with this and that, I do my ceremonial grade, and it keeps me so laser focused.
So many dose or grade?
Who?
Dose or grade? You said it by ceremonial grade.
Oh,
Dose. Okay, I'm just checking.
I do my dose, and it keeps me so laser focused.
Yeah.
Can we get into the scientificness of, I know we've already touched on most of those words, which I love, but why cacao does that for you? Keeps you laser focused. Oh, is it just me?
Yeah. Oh, and this is the thing. I don't want to accidentally diagnose you on the podcast.
Diagnose me, please.
Doesn't necessarily make you laser focused.
Okay.
Now, it can help with clarity of thought.
Okay.
Again, there's increased blood flow. But for some people, we're all on a spectrum.
ADHD.
Yes. Have you been diagnosed?
I haven't, but I'm pretty sure I've got it.
Okay. So
in some respect.
So people with ADHD generally tend to have lower levels of, and I've seen this.
Low levels of what?
Serotonin and dopamine.
Really?
Which is behind,
Massive.
And so this increases, because I've had this when I like do one-to-one work or small group work and serve these to people. I notice as they're like, oh, everything's falling into place. I'm like, I think it's because we put your levels up.
Interesting.
To I'm not going to say normal. It's not a good word. The standard level.
What do you think of the word balanced?
Balance, yeah.
Do you like the word balance?
Homeostasis is
the
geeky scientific word. Just putting everything in your body back into balance like it's supposed to. So suddenly you're like, oh, I feel, especially if you're like, now I'm laser focused.
Okay.
Because I'm going to say non-ADHD people or people who are on the lower end of the spectrum.
The homeostasis. I was thinking in my head, how can we shorten the word homeostasis? Can't say homo. I can. I've got agency because I'm gay. But what can we say? Homeostasis.
Let's just say balance.
Balance.
Maybe. Let's go back to English.
Yes.
So, for example, I do not plugging myself. Maybe I'm plugging myself, whatever. But I do a blend called Brilliance, which has L-theanine in, because that, when you couple that with theobromine, that creates clear, calm focus.
Yeah.
So that really pulls you in.
Yeah.
But everyone is different. Let's just.
That's so interesting. And I forgot to say that I put lion's mane as well into that blend,
yeah,
which gives me that laser focus.
Putting things in will help. I will say, little misunderstanding people how the things, mushrooms, especially lion's mane, it doesn't work on the spot.
No.
It's cumulative. So it'll take maybe a month or so before you feel the
really?
effects. Yeah, this
Well,
is.
wait, let's get into that.
But I find it interesting because mushrooms are so trendy now that people will be like, "Oh, I've given you this. It's gonna work now." I'm like, I
No,
mean, okay, everyone is different, but generally, the change is incremental
is there
over time.
so is there any functional
Look,
mushroom that you can take?
that who can take
Any functional mushroom like reishi, lion's mane, chaga that will work
that
on
you
the spot?
feel. I mean, everyone is different. So
Okay.
reishi is good for calming
Yeah.
you in the moment.
Yeah.
For some people, again, it's a slow burn. They need a while.
Yeah.
Some people have chaga and they'll say they feel like more energized because
Mhm.
it's good for performance endurance and things
Mhm.
like that. But I don't know. I don't want to say anything and people come for me. You know when you say these things and you just say it flippantly and someone's like, "Well, I saw this study and they
Well,
said
no,
this, so
it's
you lied."
interesting. I find it interesting because I love functional mushrooms so much, and I take them more or less every single day. Like I
Yeah.
think they're great. But I never knew that.
But you've been taking it for a while.
Yeah, so
So
therefore
now
I'm
you're
getting
seeing the
yeah.
effects versus, and there's, I don't know if you want to call it placebo or not, but there's also that effect of knowing you're taking something and being like, this is great. It's working right now.
Okay.
But everyone's different. So I said, I take ration on the spot. I'm like, I'm really tired. And I've
Yeah,
said that to
same.
someone and they've said, it shouldn't work that quickly. I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm really tired.
Yeah, that's happened to me. If I take reishi, if I do a small dose of cacao at night and I put some
Put the
reishi in it,
reishi.
I'm knocked out.
Yeah.
I'm gone. But I don't have trouble sleeping anyway. As soon as my head hits that pillow, I'm like, woohoo, la la land, gone. Okay. You've got 3 of your packets here. You've got Cloud9, Inner Buddha, and Rise. No, what's it called? Root to Rise.
Root to rise.
So just because that's like the introductory packs that you do on your website, correct?
Yeah.
So just explain to us each of those packs that you have.
Okay. So Cloud9, formerly known as Happiness.
I love it.
I was banned from the name. I wasn't banned, but
Was
I
you?
was on like dangerous territory. When I first started 8within, something very suspicious happened.
Tell us.
I don't know if
Tell
I'm
us the
supposed to say
tea.
it out loud. Let's just say someone gave me a little tip off.
Spill the cacao.
That I'm like, what can I say and what can't I say? I don't want to get myself into trouble.
Whisper it.
But let's just say, you know how you've got unspecified health claims? When the supplement space is so bizarre in the UK. So I came with 8within. I'm like, this is a food. I'm not even doing this. It's a food. We drink it. We eat. No. But then I'd called my blends happiness, intuition, and grounding.
Yes.
And so someone.
We won't name names, but we're coming for you.
Someone did something to get someone else to come to me to say, I think these might not be okay names to use. It was like,
interesting.
I haven't even launched yet.
I know. How dare
I
you?
don't know what I'm doing. So I changed the names, which is why now I have these obscure names like Cloud9, because I was just like, because I said to them, I had a full-on argument, trading standards.
Really? Wow.
How is happiness a health claim? And they couldn't quite, but there was one, is that grey area that it's no problem until it's a problem. And maybe it implies a state of mind, which is in the body. So maybe, and I'm like, you guys, but I didn't even want to make it a thing. So I was just like, well, change names.
Change name.
So I changed all the names, which is why Root to Rise.
Got it. So that used to be happiness.
That, Cloud9 used to be happiness.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Root to Rise used to be grounding.
Okay.
And Inner Buddha used to be intuition.
Okay, got it. That's
But
so funny.
I know. These are the things you learn.
Well, there is a famous brand out there in the beauty world that has happiness body oil. How they got away with that?
This was the argument I was
really?
literally
Okay.
like, those persons, and they were just like, we don't care. Like, if someone comes for you legally, your defense can't be everyone else is doing it.
That's so funny.
So I was kind of, actually, you're right. Let me just focus. Because what is it? Pocketees?
Yes.
They have all these ridiculous health claims. So that was literally what I brought. I was like, but Pocketees is doing it. And they were like,
but
this is not a defense.
Okay.
Just don't do it. Then you don't need to defend yourself.
Okay.
Like, okay, cool. I won't do it.
Okay, so then we've got your sachets. So then
Focus.
each one.
Yes.
Cloud9.
So Cloud9 is all about lifting your mood. Hence,
Love.
Bringing you on Cloud9. So its key ingredient is Mucuna pruriens. So this is called the velvet bean. It hails from Africa. It's high in levodopa, which is chemical that your body turns to dopamine.
I just love all these names. You say them like they just roll off your tongue.
Names.
They really are
Levodopa.
poetic. Yeah.
But that's what you use to treat conditions like Parkinson's, etc., where you've got lower. Yeah, no. This is it's a whole
thing.
It's funny if I do a trade show or something and someone come up to me and they'll know because they've got XYZ person in their family. But so they're proper treatments.
Yeah, wow.
So I know it works. And this is, again, I went for things that I know works and that I've got sort of data on the right dose to give. Otherwise, again, with these things, a lot of people put them in for marketing reasons.
Yeah.
To say, oh, this has got that herb. How much is it? 0.001 milligrams. So it does nothing. So I was like, no, we're going to put amounts that actually do something.
Mm-hmm.
So that one has also got cherry and
It's the
cinnamon.
cherry.
And it's just uplifting. I just went for, again, the studies that show that cinnamon lifts your mood.
Mm.
So everything was just very intentionally curated that I was like, I want people to drink this. And literally within 20, 30 minutes, be like, oh, I feel really good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Cloud9.
And you do.
Thank you.
It's my favorite.
I always say it's the best seller. I sell about 3 packs of that to 1 of everything else.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's the smell of it as well. Like, I want to replicate that in a perfume. It's such a beautiful aroma. It's the cherry.
Yeah, it was the worst thing. There was something happened to the cherry. No, something happened to the cherry farms in 2023 in the UK. Like, there was like a cherry. Like, I couldn't. So I'd made the samples, given them out to everyone to try. Everyone was like, yeah. And then suddenly, this guy in Somerset was like, no cherries.
How dare they?
So I had my little meltdown, many meltdowns. How am I going to make this? This is a sign. This is a sign. And then we got over it and we found someone in Italy. So anyway, I will
managed to do it.
We've got cherries, so that's good.
But do you know what? Sorry to interrupt. This is what's so magical about indie artisan brands is that we go through these little moments that teach us so much in that moment that you can never really learn in other kind of careers unless you are an entrepreneur, small business. Like, you learn things that you're just put on the spot. Did you have a swig of your cacao? I was like, boop, boop, I know what to do.
Oh, it's just, when you're relentless.
Yes.
Like, failure is not an option. So, and you're right. I was thinking that the other day. This is the only life experience that you're just like, gotta make it work.
Gotta make it work.
Okay. I remember calling a guy who was at Alexandra Palace doing a trade show as I had no cherries, and he'd come from Italy. It was like, I have 1 bag left. And I was kind of like, if you can get, I don't even live in London. It was like, if you can get here in the next hour, I was like, I'm coming. Literally, that's what happened.
And that's what you do. That's what you do. And I don't think people really truly understand that about artisan brands. And that's when you see a price for something, you're paying for those moments of like perfection, let's say, or absolute inner Buddha, inner balance, inner whatever.
But it's true.
You're paying for those moments.
Because you could take so many short. I've had that so many times.
Exactly.
I've been out of stock for 4 months with cacao, and everyone's like, just go get some cheap cacao. And I'm kind of like, that would help. That would get me out of a pinch, but no.
And that's, maybe I'll speak out of term now. That's the masses for me. Masses take shortcuts all the time. And that's how you're able to get something consistently, always, whenever you want. You're able to get it because it's shortcuts they've taken. Artisan brands, we don't take shortcuts. If anything, we find the longest route around to get it.
I know.
Sorry, that was a little tangent that we took on.
But it's good because I was doing my numbers yesterday for the first time. I haven't done my
First
numbers
time?
because I've been dodging them because I'm like, this is not going to be good. And just looking at some of the stuff where it's like, if I just took that out.
I know.
Like, the inner Buddha has blue lotus flower as an extract. It's a really high strength extract, so you can feel it. It's impossible to find, and it would be a lot cheaper to not do it or to just put a few petals in like other people do and be like, it's got blue lotus in. So I'm looking at the numbers like,
damn,
if I took that blue lotus out,
I
literally
know.
the margins would double.
I know.
If I just took it's like, can I do that?
But you won't because of the authenticity of your product.
It's that thing like,
exactly.
can I look at myself in the mirror and it's like,
and that's why I wanted you on this podcast as well. I wanted everyone to know about 8within because it's honestly one of my favorite cacao brands ever that I've ever come across, because I honestly get that intention. I feel that when I drink them and I purchase them and I'm supporting and all this stuff. I'm like, no, I get it. And obviously we're friends, so we talk about these things and I'm like, 100%.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, sorry. So Inner Buddha. What's Inner Buddha?
So that's about boosting your intuition. It's got blue lotus flower. Blue lotus flower is the
tell us about blue
flower of
lotus.
enlightenment, flower of intuition. Comes from ancient Egypt. It was very much associated with that third eye energy. So that's why I wanted this, for you to like go deep, go into deep meditation and just really trust, again, 8within, the infinite wisdom within. I feel like there's a lot of outsourcing our knowledge, power, many cliches. Everyone's like, tell me what to do. And there's a lot of that. I'm like, no, you know what to do. You just need to be quiet. And so Inner Buddha was all about, can you get quiet and just listen to that voice within, and then you know exactly what to do. So that's what that's about. And that's got maple and fig.
Again, the fig.
All about wisdom. I just went with plants that are in that train of thought. And then I also wanted elevated flavors.
We love an elevation.
I wanted flavors that no one else was doing. That was a big thing that I sat initially when I did the market research. Everyone's like, yeah, rose. I'm like, yeah, but everyone's putting rose in cacao. Like, what are people not doing? And that's, again, the cherry and cinnamon. When I hit it, I was like,
I mean, nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
Maple and fig, the same thing.
Nailed it.
ridiculous. It's always out of stock. I have to like chase people around about it, and then you have to get it. You can't put anything wet
Yeah.
into cacao.
Yeah.
It'll buckle.
Yeah.
And turn into ganache. So
Yeah.
I have to get everything freeze dried,
Yeah.
and then I have to get freeze dried figs. And literally, I'm in my kitchen. Like,
bashing them down. I love it.
this is what you have to do. But there, yeah. So
It's a great one. I love it as well. I mean, I love all three of them. And then the last one, Root to Rise.
Root to Rise, I say this is the one for the purists. It's pure cacao, special cacao. We'll get into that later. But it's with a little bit of pink Himalayan salt, which is actually a bit of an accident that I chose that. But we'll get into that later. A little bit of coconut nectar, and then a chote. And I really wanted to put that in because that is a Mayan spice that is traditionally used in cacao ceremonies. Because back in the day, when cacao ceremonies were held, there was a lot of, it was more ritualistic. There was a lot of actually like blood sacrifice involved with it. I know, because it was a
Illuminati?
gift. No.
Oh. That sounds very Illuminati.
No.
I'm like, I need to Google that.
Talking more like the Aztecs, and this is like Mesoamerica, BC, like a long time ago. If things happened, they would say the gods are mad at us.
Okay.
So they would do a lot of sacrifices to the gods to be like, oh my God, there's a drought. Gods, please stop it. And cacao was so precious. They would do, you know, they would make cacao and they'd serve it to the gods. They would capture warriors and things like that. We won't go into it, and add their blood to the cacao. So there was this thing about cacao being this thing about life. I know it was brutal, which is why I have this thing about cacao ceremonies today, because I'm like, what we're doing, kumbaya in a circle, is not what a cacao ceremony is. Like,
okay. Well, I want to get into.
Which we will.
Get into that.
But so to emulate that, now the spice of chote is very red.
Okay.
It's called annatto. Americans call it annatto. It's what's used, you know, is it applewood cheese? This is very specific.
Yeah.
It's that smoky cheese, and it has a red
I don't eat cheese.
Oh, okay. I'm going somewhere with it. My point is, if you knew that, you'd know like that's deep. It's a deep.
I know
red
that. I know that color, like a baby bell. I'm so high. Can I just say something? My theobromine is up in the Richter scale right now.
We'll say a baby bell. Why not? Anyway, it's a deep red color. So when you put it into cacao, cacao looks like, it's more like a blood red color.
Got it.
And so I wanted to take some of that Mayan authenticity and bring that in. Because again, no one talks about that.
Yeah.
And I've been at trade shows where people have gone, what's that? You know, I don't want to knock people, but certain people who are like, I'm a cacaoista, I do. And they're like, what is a chote? And I'm like, you've never heard of that? And they're like, no, tell me. So I just find it interesting that the history, a lot of the history's just been like
forgotten about in cacao.
And it's just,
or has it been forgotten or just removed so people, because people don't understand it?
I think a lot of people don't even know. I will say that. They don't know. And it's, again, who are you learning from? Because if you're all learning from one person and that person has surface level gone, cacao is cool, let me train everyone to do it, but I'm not going to do any research.
Yeah.
Then everyone's going to get this very superficial knowledge.
Yeah.
And the same script.
This is why I love you, because you are the true cacao.
Well,
goddess of life.
You can say that.
I just did say
I'm
that.
saying nothing.
And now I know that it's like the god's snack. I'm obsessed. That's
snack of the gods.
It's the snack of the gods. That is cacao. It's the snack of the gods.
I'm hearing it all today.
And that's why, because obviously my name's Alex. Well, my real name's Alexander. And I'm half Greek Cypriot, so I'm guessing my parents called me after Alexander the Great.
I presume
and he
so.
definitely had a cacao snack. So I have an infinite love for cacao, and I've got even more of an infinite love for it now after all this. Okay, let's get into what you just said about, you said we said let's get into it. What was it?
Don't know. Ceremonies.
Ceremonies, yes. So tell me about...
Start ranting.
I know, let's rant. So tell me about the ceremonies, because whenever I make cacao, I don't do a ceremony to it. I just love it. I'm like, you're great, you're iconic, you're amazing, you're my god snack. My theobromine is going to go through the roof with you. So I just, mix it up and drink it and live for my fantasy.
Yeah.
But there are people that do the ceremonies, and that's absolutely fine.
You can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want, whatever works for you.
I'm all about rituals. And a ritual is just a repeated action.
Yeah.
Brushing your teeth is a ritual.
Yeah.
So it's whatever works to get you feeling however you want to feel. And when I first came to cacao, I would
Sorry, you just simplified rituals so much for me. I've never heard someone say it.
No.
It's such a simple way. It's a repeated action. I thought it was a little bit more whimsical.
I think that's what a ritual is, like a thing you do over and over, and you just do it almost because you do it.
Yeah, I love that. Sorry, carry on.
So that's a ritual.
Yeah.
And then a ceremony, for me, you bring more like, I sound like a bit of an idiot saying this, but like pomp and circumstance to proceedings. There's a bit more like gravity and la 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 going on when it's a ceremony. You know, you may do some stuff that's just a bit fancier. Your market's like getting married is a ceremony, a baptism is a ceremony. Do you know what I mean? There's specific steps you take, and it's a bit of a thing versus brushing your teeth.
I've just had an epiphany.
Okay.
Nini is a ceremonial ritual.
Okay.
When I do Nini, it's a ceremonial ritual.
If you do a lot of...
I do. I sing, I dance.
there
I'm
you
like
go
in the
then.
bathroom going, yeah. As I'm moisturizing, as I've got the juicy. I'm literally so
I love it.
on cloud nine. I'm so
No,
high. Can
no,
you
I
tell?
need to finish.
My like blood is flowing.
But-
Yes.
So that's ceremonial. Now, a big thing is you can... So I made 8within for you to use it at home
Mm-hmm.
in your whatever ritual, however... And if your ritual is necking it and running out the door, then whatever works for you. If you want to... So yeah, I remember. Stay on topic.
Yeah.
When I first came into this, I used to make cacao in a blender because I was...
Oh,
It
interesting.
gets it really thick and really creamy. And so
Okay.
I was all about, let's get it like
Yeah.
aesthetically pleasing. And then when I started really working with cacao, I didn't really want to touch the blender. I wanted to make it in a pot on a stove.
Yes.
And I would go through certain things like bringing in the whisk, and I'd whisk it.
Okay.
And I never fully understood. I'd done one cacao training initially, and then I did a second one, which they taught me more about the Andean, which is like Peruvian, Ecuadorian, the original people who used cacao,
Yeah.
called the Chinchipe civilization. And they, let's just say, they come from the Andean culture.
Okay.
And in that culture, there's a lot of incorporating the elements as part of the ceremonial or ritualistic use. And so I found that intuitively, I started doing that. Like I couldn't do it in a blender anymore. And in my house, we have an electric cooker, induction cooker, whatever.
Yeah.
And we have a gas one.
Okay.
And when I make cacao, I always go to the gas
Gas.
one.
Interesting.
I always have to see the flame go on. And I realized you have the elements. You've got fire, and that's the flame.
Yeah.
I poured water in. That's the, obviously, water element.
Yeah.
The whisk is air. I never knew it. I have an
Yeah.
obsession with whisk in my cacao. You're introducing the air in. The cacao obviously is earth. So you're pulling in it all, and then you
Oh my
yourself
God.
represent ether, like the space that's bringing it all together. So for me, that's a big ceremonial aspect of it.
That is it.
Because cacao's a seed.
Yeah.
All life starts with a seed.
Yeah.
And so the meaning of cacao is really all about life
Yeah.
and celebrating life, where you've come from, where you're going, etc. And so even just something as simple as just making it in a pan and taking that, and if you've made cacao, how do you make your cacao?
So I boil some water, let it cool down a little bit because I heard what you said, and then I pour it into a cup and just stir it.
Okay, you do it in a cup.
Yeah, but sometimes I do it on a pan with the flame, and I
Yeah.
put some plant-based milk in or some water, and then I'll just stir it around gently.
But-
But I've never used a whisk.
Each to their own. It's the same thing, like for me with the gas thing, that for a while I was like, why do you, it's so weird because everyone
Yeah.
at home will see me, like, why can't you use that cooker? And I'm like, I
Interesting.
don't know. I just have to do it on here, and I have to put the whisk in.
It's the intuition.
It's exactly, it's an
Yeah.
intuitive thing. But I was going to say the act of stirring it is very meditative.
Yes.
So if you're someone who can't slow down,
Mm.
and again, cacao is slow medicine. That's one of its plant. We talk about plant spirit messages,
Mhm.
which is the inherent kind of wisdom a specific plant holds.
Hmm.
Cacao is great for slowing you down. And so when you prepare it in that way versus getting the blender out and being like, "Rrr," and being chaotic, which is what I was doing at the start,
Yeah.
which is so funny because I'm a very type A personality.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can see
I'm
it.
like
I'm
if
type
you-
B, if you didn't know.
If you see my astrological chart,
Yeah.
it's horrendous. It's so much Sag and Aries. It's just fire, 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 get everything done. And I've got, don't know how much you're into your astrology.
I need to get more into it.
Okay.
People always know mine more than me. I'm like, okay, cool.
What are your,
I'm Capricorn.
that's your sun.
That I don't know what my rising is.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Mariah Carey.
that well-known sign. Right,
It's a
okay.
diva of some sort.
What's your moon?
My who?
Your moon.
I don't know.
Okay,
See, I
well,
don't
we'll
know.
have this
Okay,
conversation.
we'll do it. Yeah.
I'll do your chart for you.
Okay, please do.
But I have something called a stellium is like a powerhouse where you have a load of planets really close to each other. So
Okay.
it has a huge influence on you. I've got one in the 6th house in Sagittarius.
Okay.
6th house is your everyday activities,
Okay.
like just how you operate.
Yeah.
And Sag is like fire.
Okay.
It's like the doer, purpose, philosophy, independence. So my point is I have the strong influence of just being like, let's do it. And my moon's in Aries, and Aries is just aggressive fire of doing stuff. So my nature is like, problem, we'll fix it. Now.
Okay.
We're not sleeping. So Cacao came in to be like, calm down.
Okay.
Like you have got to stop and you have got to be slow. And it's so funny because things have really changed since I started working with Cacao. Things have become more slow, more
Interesting.
considered. So I bring that to say, I think it's really good for anyone who is chaos. I have to get everything done. I
Yeah.
have to do it on my own. I have to do it now.
Honestly, I think anyone that's listened to this podcast, I hope that has given them some kind of power to go, I'm going to try cacao. Ceremonial dose cacao. I'm going to try 8within.
No, that's not. I mean, if you want it,
No,
please,
that 100% we're
go.
plugging 8within. It's
But
my favorite.
I'm just saying that is something I've noticed. It will slow you down in all the ways.
But I've noticed it as well, and I'm obsessed with it. And
Yeah.
I've got a few of my friends on it. They're like, "Oh, I'm not into it," and I'm like, "Trust me, just try it." And they're like, "Actually, Alex, I have to say that was amazing."
Yeah.
Okay, so if cacao is the snack of the gods, what is my
It's
food?
actually the food.
I'm saying
Dude,
snack
okay,
because I'm
just-
like, I can just imagine them cheeky having it out like a little gold sphere,
I'm
like
just making sure no one sees us and they're like, yeah, cacao, snack of the gods.
Foods
And
of the
it
god.
becomes a thing.
It's very Hercules. I can go the distance with his cacao in his pocket. So if cacao is the food of the gods,
Yes.
then what would you say mushrooms are?
Ooh.
I reckon they're the good time fun guys for them. They're the party people.
Probably, yeah. Why not?
I'm obsessed with mushrooms, and I think that we have to get into a whole nother conversation about that because we are running out of time. I don't know what this podcast to end, otherwise conversation to end, because I've had so much fun and I feel like we could talk for hours on it. So I asked you a question
Yes.
at the beginning,
Yeah.
and I want you to answer it.
Remind me the question.
The question is, what is your secret formula to success?
Oh, I think it's what we said at the start. Was it on camera, off camera, about just being true to your, like sticking to your guns and going with your intuition?
No, but you...
Was that off camera?
I think that must have been off camera.
Oh, okay.
Say it.
For me, that is
That
it.
is
It's going with you know you best.
Yeah.
And if something sits with you, then do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, take advice from people,
Yeah.
but don't let them tell you what to do.
Okay, well, what's the worst piece of advice you've ever heard in business?
Oh, in business. Worst piece of apart from stop.
Stop.
You're wasting a lot of money and time. You need to just go get cheap.
But I think
cacao
people
and
say
sell it en masse.
Yeah, I think people say stop because they're just scared. They're scared of their own desires because they've never really played on it themselves and
Yeah.
they've never really gone for it. So I don't listen to anyone
Yeah.
in that sense.
Worst business advice. I mean, there've been some doozies.
Okay, or can you think of what's the best business advice you've ever heard
Best.
and that you've
Business-
acted on?
Do you know what? There's
Tell
no
me.
shortcuts.
No shortcuts.
No shortcuts. You're doing, when you're like, I'm doing it wrong. Tell me tell me what you've done. Okay, it's going slower than you'd like, but it's going. Just one foot in front of the other and keep going.
Yeah.
Stop trying to look at all these people that
Yeah.
are telling you you're going to make $1 million in an hour.
Yeah,
No shortcuts.
no shortcuts.
Yeah.
And honestly, like the landscape has changed so much, especially in the wellness beauty industry. It's like virality, or trendy and stuff like that. And I honestly do think that there's not that many brands that want to stick to legacy and authenticity. And when you find them, that they are the if you know brands, like 8within, like Nini Organics. And they're the ones that you come to when you actually are interested on results, for one, major thing, because that's what I learn about everything to do with people and what is their pet peeve within the industry is I just want my thing to have results, right? And if it doesn't deliver on results, I'm annoyed for spending the money. So we are those brands that will deliver on results. But not only that, you have a human connection there as well. Like you are literally speaking to the founder. You have that kind of one-on-one with them sometimes, which is so rare
Yeah.
in business these days because everyone just wants things really fast, really quick. Like I need it now. And we forget to slow down. And Cacao can
Will
help you slow down.
Yeah.
Okay, so where can the lovers find you? And and you also do offer other things. So let's touch on that, but where can they find you?
8within.com.
8within.com.
Yes.
And then you also do private sessions and you can come, do you? Or can we not say that? Can we say that?
Not so much anymore.
Anymore?
It's this thing about, again, advice from other people. And that I was doing a bit of that,
Okay.
but actually, I like creating.
Creating.
Stuff.
But you do have, I've been to an amazing event with you, which was
I do events.
yeah, which was the cacao and breath work. And
Yes.
I was seeing things, the gods. I was seeing the gods. I was actually seeing the gods. I was sitting with them. They were my friend. Honestly, I cannot wait to do an event with you. And we will
Yes.
be doing one very soon. The Nini / 8within
8within
event.
experience.
It's the experience. It's going to be an
Yeah,
experience.
Love it.
Okay, that is all we have time for on this episode. I know you would have loved it. It was so fun doing it. I was so up in the clouds with the amazing cacao that I took. So please do, if you want to try some cacao and get into that journey, I hope this helps you. I hope this helped you understand cacao better as well, for one, because I literally learned so much and I'm going to take this with me forever. But do try 8within. You can find Ifey, speak to her Instagram. Your Instagram handle is
8within.
8within. Follow her, message her. She is there to help any way, shape, or form and guide you through the cacao magic, as I am if you want any help with anything like that. But thank you so much, and please stay tuned. Like, subscribe, share to all your friends and family. Help support this amazing podcast, Beyond the Formula. And we love you so much, Ifey. Thank you for being our guest.
Thank you for having me.
Woo! Bye-bye.